Hello students, welcome to video classes. So yesterday we have discussed about the interference. Okay, what is the interference and what are the conditions to produce the interference, and in the interference pattern why the bright bands will take place and the dark bands will take place, we have discussed. Okay, so the interference means nothing but when the two coherent light sources will superimpose on each other, then the resultant intensity will be increases and decreases. On the spectrum, you are going to get on the screen you are going to get a spectrum which will contain the bright bands and the dark bands. Okay. So in this one, the two coherent light sources should be there. Two coherent light sources means the two light sources must have the same frequency, same amplitude, and the constant phase difference. Or the phase difference will be equals to 0, or the constant phase difference should be there. Then only those two will be called as a coherent light sources. So yesterday we have discussed that if you are going to take a candle at this place, and you are just going to arrange the two slits you are going to be arranging in front of the candle. The two slits you are going to be arranging, this is S1 and this is S2. When the two light sources are going to be arranged here and the two slits you are going to be arranging, then what happens? The light coming from the candle will be the waveform we are going to be considered, transverse waves, crest and the trough will be there. The straight line you are going to consider as crest, dotted lines trough, crest and trough. Like that, what happened? The waves are going to be incident. And when you are going to observe from this side, we can find that the two light sources are going to be takes place. And first light is going to be produces the waves. First it will be crest and the trough, crest and trough, crest and trough it will come. At the same time, the second source also sending the waves. First into the crest will come, then trough, again crest, trough, again crest will come. So in this way what happened, the two light waves are coming from the two sources are going to be superimposed on each other, and when you are going to place the screen at here, on the screen what happens, you are going to get the bright bands and the dark bands alternatively will be takes place. At the central one you are going to get the bright band, and immediately you are going to get the dark band, again immediately you are going to get the bright band. Same thing will happen in the downside also. So bright band, after that dark band, again the bright band will be takes place. So in this way, the bright band and the dark band, the spectrums are going to be produced. This total phenomenon will be called as a interference. So in the last class we already discussed that why you are going to get the bright band and why you are going to get the dark band. The reason is when the two crests or the two troughs are going to be interact, then what happens? The resultant intensity will becomes maximum and you are going to get the bright band. When one crest and one trough is going to be interact at this place, one crest and one trough is interacting. At this point what happens, the resultant intensity will become 0 and you are going to get the dark band will be takes place. So there are the other names also there when you are going to have the bright band and the dark band. So when you are going to have the bright band, then it will be called as a constructive interference. Okay. When you are going to get the bright band, it will be called as a constructive interference. If you are going to get the dark band, then it will be called as a destructive interference. Okay, bright band, or it will be called as a constructive interference, or the dark band, it will be called as a destructive interference. So sometimes in the problems, instead of using the bright band and dark band, they will use this word also, constructive and the destructive interference. Okay, don't be confused between the terms here. Constructive means bright band, destructive means dark band will be takes place. Okay, so this is the phenomenon will be takes place, which can be explained about the interference pattern. And on the screen, the bright band is going to be produced. Now, let us see that what happens if I am going to use the incoherent light sources. Coherent light sources you are taking, you are going to get the interference. Then what happens if I am going to take the incoherent light sources? So if I am going to take the incoherent light sources, then also interference pattern will produces, but our human eye cannot be able to observe that interference pattern. That means if the incoherent light sources if you are taking, these two are the incoherent light sources. Incoherent light sources means the amplitude is different and the frequency is different, and there is a change of phase difference is there. Okay, the phase difference is not going to be constant. When the phase difference is not constant, on the condition what happened, whatever the bands are produced here, these bands are not stable. That means these bright bands and the dark bands will rapidly changes in between them. For example, here bright band is there. Immediately, again what happens? After some time what happens? It will becomes dark band. Again bright band, again dark band. Like that what happens? Alternatively it will be changes in a small interval of time up to 10 to the power of -8 seconds. That means in each 10 to the power of -8 seconds, what happens? The bands are going to be changes. Bright band to dark band and dark band to bright band will be changes. But our human eye cannot able to observe this much variation. That's why what happens, we can feel that there is no bands are going to be produced. Completely we are going to get the bright one only will be takes place. So that means we can't able to identify the bright band and the dark band separately due to the reason of the rapid change of these bands. When it is going to happen, when you are going to use the incoherent light sources. So in the incoherent light sources, what happens, the phase difference is changes. The phase difference will be changes in the regular interval of time. Whenever the phase difference will be changes, then immediately what happens, the bright band and the dark bands are going to be alternatively changes. While the phase difference changes and the bright band and dark band will be changes, just now we are going to discuss about it. So, but what you have to remember, if you are going to use the coherent light sources, you are going to produce the interference will be produces, and we can able to observe the interference pattern on the screen. But whenever we are going to be using the incoherent light sources, then also the interference pattern will produces, but the human eye cannot able to observe that interference pattern, and it is not possible at all to find out where the bright band is there and where the dark band is there, because our human eye will observe that total screen is going to be bright only will be observes itself. Okay, so this is the concept of the interference we have to discuss. Now, after all listening this, you are going to get a doubt. If the two light sources have the same amplitude, same frequency, and the constant phase difference, then when the both are going to superimpose on each other, then every time what should happen, a crest will be interact with the crest and the trough will be interact with the trough. But it is not going to be happens here. Okay, so according to the coherent light sources, what it will explain, the two light sources have the same amplitude, same frequency, and the constant phase difference. If they are going to be having the same values, then when they are going to superimpose on each other, then every time what should happen, crest should be interact with crest and the trough should be interact with trough. But it is not happening. The reason is that there is a path difference is going to take place. Okay, if you understand that concept, I am going to draw the diagram in another pattern that will clearly explains you why the phase difference will take place and why the bright band and the dark bands are going to be produced. So to understand that, I am going to take the ray diagram here. I am not going to take the wave pattern. I am going to take the ray diagram here. So let us say that this is the candle I am going to take in here. Okay, and in front of the candle I am going to take a single slit I am going to be arranging here. After that I am going to arrange the two slits. Okay, I am going to take the two slits over here. One is the S1 slit and another one is the S2 slit. So this is S1 slit and this is S2 slit. So what happens here, the light coming from here is going to be incident on here, and exactly opposite to this you are going to get the screen. At this point you are going to get the screen. Let us say that the center point will be considered as the center point of the two slits you are going to be taking here. Let us say that this O is the center point. Okay, where is the center point you are taking? Exactly middle point of the two slits, and you are going to extend it, and here we are going to get the center point on the screen itself. Now, what is going to happen here? The light coming from here, first it will be illuminated this slit. Let us say that this is our slit S, and this slit S will be act as an individual source of light. The light waves coming from S is going to be incident on the S1 and S2. Then what happens is S1 and S2 will be individually act as an individual source of light. And these two individual sources of light are coming from the same source. That's why they both will be called as a coherent light sources. Now these two coherent light sources with same amplitude, same frequency and constant phase difference will superimpose on each other, and on the screen you are going to get the bright band and the dark band. So bright, dark, and alternative will be changes. Now let us say that at this point you are going to be considering. Okay, at this point P you are going to be considering. At that point we have to find out that whether we are going to get the bright band or the dark band. And who will decide that bright band and the dark band? If the two crests are interacting or the two troughs are interacting. Based on that, how much phase difference is there, that phase difference will decide that whether you are going to get the bright band or the dark band. Let us see that what is going to be happens here. The light coming from the S1 is going to be reach the point P. Okay, it is going to reach the point P. And the light coming from the S2 is also going to reach the point P. The two light waves are going to reach the point P by traveling S1P and another one is S2P. Now what happens here, at this point the two light waves are going to be superimposing here. Even though they are having the same amplitude, same frequency, constant phase difference, but are they both traveling the same distance? No. The diagram is clearly explained that S1P distance is less, S2P distance is more. That means this path difference, what happened due to the reason of this path difference, what happened, the phase difference is going to be changes. So whenever the phase difference will be changes, then immediately what happen? The bright band or the dark band is going to take place. That means maybe the crest will be interact with the crest and the trough will be interact with trough. If the phase difference or the path difference is equals to 0, and that condition what happened? Both the light sources are going to reach with the same phase. With same phase means, for example, I am going to tell you that this is the wave we are going to be taking here. Okay, the first wave is traveling like this, and the second wave is traveling like this. Okay, this is the first wave and this is the second wave. Both are in the same phase? No. First wave is going down, second wave is going up. What is the phase difference here? Pi, 180 degrees. Because at this point the first wave is going down, at this point the second wave is going up. So both are in the opposite direction. Same phase is not there here, the phase difference will be 180 degrees. Another condition we are going to take, this is the condition I am going to be taking here. This is the first wave and this is the second wave. First wave and second wave at this point. Both are traveling in the same direction, opposite direction. Same direction. If both are traveling in the same direction, then what is the phase difference will be? 0. So like that what happened? That phase difference will decide that whether the crests are interacting or the troughs are interacting here. Now let us see that when you are going to refer to this condition at point P, let us say that this is the first wave is going to be traveling in this direction and it will be traveled up to this distance. Okay, it is traveled up to this distance. The second wave is going to be traveled. Okay, more distance it is traveled. If it is traveled more distance, then what happens? It is going to be traveling like this. And it is going to be coming and it will becomes like this. So what is happening here? Both are, even though what is happening here, this is having the same amplitude, this is also having the same amplitude. Same frequency, same frequency. Path difference or phase difference is also constant. Constant phase difference is there. Even though what happened, at a particular point, crest is interacting with crest and the trough is interacting with trough. For example, we are going to refer to this point, what happened? It is going up. Here what happened is going down. So due to that reason what happened, sometimes the crest will be interacts, sometimes the trough is going to be interacts. This type of changes will be takes place and this is the reason. And what is the reason that the crest and the troughs are going to be changes? The reason is the path difference. Whatever the path difference is there in between these two waves, that path difference will decide that whether you are going to get the bright band or the dark band. Okay, so if I want to find out the path difference at this place, okay, if I want to find out the path difference at this place, how can we find out the path difference? To find out the path difference, we are going to draw a perpendicular line to the S2P. So this is a perpendicular line I am going to draw to the S2P, and let us say that this is the point Q. Okay, this is the point Q. Now, what happens here? In this diagram, you can observe S1P and QP. Okay, S1P and QP. These are the constant distances, or the same distances. How much distance is there S1P? The same distance will be there QP. That means how much extra distance is travelled by the second wave? The extra distance travelled by the second wave is S2Q. And this is called the path difference. And this path difference can be represented by delta x. Okay, that path difference will be represented by delta x. So due to the result of this path difference only, sometimes the crest will be interact with crest, or sometimes the trough will be interact with trough. So due to that reason what happened, whether the bright band will be takes place or the dark band will be takes place. So at this point, if the two crests are interacting, you are going to get bright band. One crest or one trough is interacting, you are going to get the dark band. And all that will be depends on this path difference. Okay, in case if both are traveling at the same distance, okay, there is no path difference. If there is no path difference, what does that mean? How much distance traveled by the first wave? The second wave is also traveled the same distance. Then what happened? The amplitude is same and the frequency is same. So at that distance, what happens? Every time crest will be interact with crest or trough will be interact with trough. So definitely you are going to get the bright band. Okay. Now refer to this diagram and tell me that at this center point O, which type of band you are going to be obtained. Okay. No doubt, if you want to get the interference pattern, definitely what should happen? Two light waves should superimpose on at that point. Then only what happened? The interference pattern will be takes place. Now at point O, the light coming from the S1 and the light coming from the S2 is going to reach the point O. Then which type of band you are expecting? No doubt, definitely what happened? The bright band only produces. Why the bright band will produces? Because the light traveling from S1 is going to reach the point O. The light coming from S2 is also going to reach the point O. both are traveled same distance. When both are traveled same distance, definitely what happened? The path difference is 0. When the path difference is 0, definitely what happened? The phase difference is also becomes 0. Because when the crest is going to be interact with the crest and the trough will be interact with trough. That means the center band is always bright band. This is also one of the very important points you have to remember in the case of interference. Okay, in the interference pattern, the central band is always bright or dark. It is always bright. What is the reason? The reason is at the central point, both the light waves are traveling same distance, so that the path difference will become 0. Once the path difference will become 0, definitely what happened? You are going to get the bright band only will be takes place. Okay, so that's why central band is bright band. So once the central band is bright band, then next immediately you are going to get dark band. Downside also dark band. The same thing will be happens on the upside the screen and the downside the screen. And whatever the central point is there, you are going to consider the central band. In the interference pattern, if you want to find out the number of bands, the central band always have take 0. Okay, you should not consider the central band. After that only we have to consider the band numbers will be takes place. Always the central band will be 0. Now, the one more important thing is that in the interference pattern, whatever the fringe width is there, whatever the thickness of the bright band is there, the same thickness of the dark band will be takes place. That means in the interference pattern, how many bands are going to be produced? Every band will have the same amount of thickness. Okay, how much thickness of bright band will be there? Same amount of thickness of dark band is also going to take place. Like that, how many bands are going to be produced? That many bands are going to have the same type of thickness will be there. So this is the concept of the interference, and right now you are understood, I think, why we are going to have the bright band and the dark band, even though both have the same amplitude and same frequency. What is the main reason? The main reason is path difference. The two light waves are not traveling same distance to produce the interference on the screen, except central point. Okay, like the central point, it is traveling same distance. So that's why what happened? Here the bright band will be there. After that, what happened? Based on the distance traveled, sometimes what happened? Crest interact with crest, or trough will be interact with trough. Some places crest and trough will going to be interact. Based on that, we are going to get the spectrum will be takes place. Further, we are going to discuss about the conditions also. What is the condition for the to get the bright band, and what are the conditions to get the dark band also will be takes place. So before that, I am going to explain you the formula. I think most of you know about this formula. We are already solved the problems. How can you convert the phase difference into path difference and path difference into phase difference? Because this conversion is very important in the case of interference pattern. Sometimes what happens in the problem, the path difference will be given to you, and you should be able to find out the phase difference. And that phase difference will decide that whether you are going to get the bright band or the dark band. So the condition is the path difference, the phase difference, delta phi is equals to 2 pi by lambda into delta x. This is the formula to find out the relation between phase difference and the path difference. The phase difference delta phi is equals to 2 pi by lambda into delta x. Here what is lambda represents here? Lambda represents wavelength and delta x represents path difference. This path difference. Okay. Based on this path difference only, what happens? The phase difference is going to be changes. Okay. Now see that formula and just refer to the diagram and tell me that at point O. Okay, the two light waves are going to reach at point O. Then what is the path difference will be? Path difference will be equals to 0. Why the path difference is equals to 0? Because S1P and S1O and S2O both are equal in magnitude. If both are same, then what happened? S1P minus S2P, that will be equals to 0. That means this delta x is equals to 0. If this delta x is equals to 0, then what happened to this delta x? 0. If you are writing 0, this total value will become 0. Then what happened to phase difference is also equals to 0. What's the meaning of phase difference is 0? Phase difference is 0 means, what does that mean? Both the waves are traveling in the same direction. That means both are traveling in the same direction, means at any point you may take, what happened? Crest is going to be interact with the crest and the trough is going to be interact with the trough. And what you are going to get? You are going to get the bright band. So that is the reason why we are going to get a bright band at the central point. Okay. So these are the concepts you need to remember. Okay. So in the next class, we are going to discuss that the conditions to obtain the bright band and the dark band, path difference conditions and the phase difference conditions we are going to discuss, which are very important derivation, and the conditions also very important to solve the problems. Okay. So that's all for today. See you in the next class. Thank you.